All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to the 1.23 release team meeting. I'm your host. My name is Ray Alejano. I'm the release lead. Today is release day, December 7th, and week 16. So it's the final day of the release after appropriate go no-goes or go and no-goes from the release teams. So I'll share my screen here. All right, do want to remind everyone that this meeting abides by the CNCF Code of Conduct. That boils down to be nice and to be excellent to each other. This meeting is also recorded to YouTube and uploaded to YouTube. So just be mindful of that. If there's anything that you would want to say that's not uploaded to YouTube, just please save it for the end. All right, so let's start off with the open discussion as usual. Today is release day for 1.23. And we'll go through some final real estate things. I'll do that last. Do you want to show if you weren't in yesterday's meeting? So each release since 1.10 has had a logo and a theme. Before 1.10, some of the releases had themes or names for them. So I do want to reveal, if you haven't seen this yet, the release logo and theme for 1.23 is Kubernetes, the next frontier, and that's a logo on the right side here. Like I mentioned yesterday, the next frontier has several meanings. One meaning that the new and graduated enhancements for 123 continues the history of Star Trek references that Kubernetes project has. Also, the new frontiers also symbolizes the growth of community members with the release team. And for a lot of folks who are shadows, this might be your first time in contributing to open source. So with that, if I could expand this over, perhaps I'll just change some sizing here. All right. So as we go through the team updates, excuse me, we'll go through a final go and no-go from each team. A lot of the teams already had added their go or no-goes on the SIG release Slack thread, and I'll put the thread link as well. All right, so as we go through the team updates, let's go through the final go and no-goes. Also, want to remind folks that there is a release retro, at least one for next week, so that's on the release calendar. Possibly two if we do have topics that we can't get to in the first release retro of the week. So we already had the first retro from around this November 2nd, I believe. And so this is the first retro post-release. All right, let's start off with enhancements and Xander.
Yeah, so continue to be green, same stats as before, and we're a go.
Cool. All right. I don't have any questions or comments, but thank you very much for to enhancements and to Xander and to all the enhancement shadows for all your time and work in this release. Next is CI Signal with Hossein.
Hello, everyone. So as I posted in the CI Signal channel, we are green, no failings, no critical issues. That's it.
Thank you. This put a big smile on my face this morning when I saw that. Yeah, so thank you very much, Hossein and CI Signal and all the CI Signal shadows for doing lots of work tracking down failed tests and also moving the CI Signal reporting tool as well. All right, any other comments or questions for CI Signal? Next is Bug Triage with Christoph.
Yeah, hello, good evening. Green from our side.
All right, thank you very much. Do you see one issue being moved to 124? Thank you. All right, also thank you, Christoph, for leading Bug Triage, and thank you to all the Bug Triage shadows for all your work.
Thank you, it was a pleasure.
Thank you. All right, next is Docs with Jesse.
Yeah, we're green. Everything's ready to go. We're waiting on the release to be cut. Then I'll build docs and start that whole cascading, merge this, merge that grade. So yeah, we're looking good. Green.
Cool. Thank you, Jesse. And thank you, Docs team. Really thank you, Jesse, for stepping up and leading Docs. Jesse hasn't been on the Docs team before, so his first stint at Docs was leading Docs. So like, huge thanks to Jesse. And also thank you to all the Doc shadows as well.
Sure.
All right. Also, not many people know, but Docs actually has quite a bit of tasks on release day. So thank you to that. There's lots of merging branches, Git tagging as well, and also publishing or hitting the final merge button on the release blog. All right, next is release notes with CC.
Yep, we are go and merged two PRs yesterday for get everything ready for the release. Yeah, so basically it's green.
Cool, and thank you, CC, for checking if there's any changes for the RC1, which there were a few changes for making those PRs that have been merged. Thank you, CC, for leading release notes, and thank you for all of the release notes shadows as well. And there's quite a bit of efforts in generating release notes for 123. So thank you for catching and updating all those release notes.
Thank you, my pleasure.
All right, next is comms with Caslin.
Hello, I threw in some notes here. We have our release blog up, the PR up, so that's open now for review if anyone wants to look over it and offer any feedback. Our feature blogs, of course, are still going through their final reviews, and I can't remember if we finalized that schedule or not. I think we may have finalized that. And then there's the webinar, which I was also going to put in a note about, and we'll be working with you, Ray, on that.
Yeah, thank you. Webinar is on January 4th. Please feel free to review the release blog pull requests. There's a link to the draft on the PR. The one thing I did see, which I'll dig into, was I didn't see the logo render. So I'll take a look into that. Maybe I know it's a preview, so it should have used the file, the PNG from the pull request, but I'll take a look into it. It also might be okay once it's merged.
Good to know. Thanks for pointing that out.
All right, and is comms go for, I assume, with the green status? Just want to make that formal.
We should probably have our fearless leader, Karen, confirm, but everything seems good.
All right, sounds good. All right, next is release branch management with Veronica.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So last night we ran the mock jobs and they're complete now. We're just waiting for consensus to start no mock jobs. The go signal from all the sub teams. And yeah, just wanted to say thank you to everyone for the hard work. And thanks, Navarun, who will be awake at ungodly hours for you. And yeah, so thanks everyone. I don't have anything else other than that. If you have any questions, let me know.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Veronica, and Navarun for all your hard work. There was a lot of late nights cutting releases or cutting the release candidates. So thank you very much. Also, I didn't want to forget to mention to say thank you to all the comms shadows and the Karen who led comms, and for coming back to lead comms as well. All right, next is the Emeritus lead with Jeremy.
Hey, sorry, I forgot to put updates in here. First and foremost, if you have not already, please nominate a lead for 124. It'll be pretty important as we move into that. There is an issue open on the SIG release repo. I'll drop it into the notes afterwards if you haven't seen it, but we have a few so far and a few people have reached out privately. So if you have not already, please do that today, tomorrow, as soon as you can. I'm going to be working with Joe, who's going to be the awesome 124 Emeritus Advisor, to craft the shadow survey. So we'll try to get that out as soon as possible as well, just so we can start the process of collecting folks, because we're going to head into the holiday season. People are going to disappear, and then it's going to be January and 124 is going to start. So it's important for us to get that going. And then I'm also going to send out today a end of cycle survey. So we did one in the mid cycle for the shadows. We're going to do one at the end of the cycle. So in that, please take the survey, provide us feedback so that we can use that to make any course corrections that we need to. Obviously, you can bring those concerns and any comments or suggestions to the retro as well. But the survey is just another opportunity. Nobody but me will see the results. So if I'll anonymize everything. If you have any comments or things you're not comfortable bringing up in the retro, definitely you can use that as a mechanism to bring things up to. And other than that, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody. I think this release has gone really, really well. And it's exciting to close the year out with a super no delays, right? Like we're gonna hit the release, and Navarun's gonna be a hero and do the stuff for us at ungodly hours. And thanks to everybody.
All right, thank you, Jeremy, and also thank you very much for all your advice I've leaned on during this release, especially right before they really started. It's been also great in have you lead in or be part of this release. That's another at the end of the year, since I know there's complexities with holidays. So thank you very much for being part of the release team. All right, next updates from me. First, I want to thank all the lead shadows. Thank you very much for all your supports in this release. Definitely used your advice quite a bit and had to seek out your advice as well on several things. So thank you very much to all the lead shadows. I'll go into release day activities last, but at the end of when the release is final and the blog is actually published, I will send out an email to the community saying that 123 is out with the relative links. Also, partly today is we saw the KK repo as well. So one of the last steps that's going to be in test infra repo is that we're going to remove the 123 milestone restriction from KK master and KK interviews-123 branch and add the 124 milestone applier to various repositories. So I'll put example of the 122 PR for those who are interested in what that looks like. So this is the last step before to thaw the KK repo. All right, I want to go into the release day activities. We got, let me go to the very top here. Release day morning, so we should have go no goes. I believe release notes already in SIG release. The mock build has already been done. Then the branch manager continues on with the build. The comms team has already staged a blog post. Then once the branch manager continues with the build, they'll confirm with the docs lead when the build is complete. So docs gets the baton, and they will merge the dev 123 branch for K website into the main branch of K website, and they'll also manually publish the release blog as well. Afterwards, we do target for 5 p.m. Pacific, but historically it's been quite a bit earlier than that when all work is complete. Lastly, there are some other final steps, like the branch manager does release notify, and also docs actually preps the 124 branch and does some git tags markers as well for the K website repo. All right, other than that, that's for pretty much, that's it for my updates. Did ping SIG scalability several times. They've been really good this release, but this past few days, but I know it's nearing the holidays, have not heard word. So other than that, I just want to thank everyone for their time for this release. And I know it is for those who are new, it is a big learning step to jump into being part of release team for such a big open source project. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone for this release. I'll stop sharing my screen here. All right, with that, I'm going to end the official portion of the release team meeting. And before I do that, any comments or questions?
Just want to say thank you to you, Ray, for all the work you've done getting this release. I think you've chaired just about every meeting. You've done an enormous amount of work. So thank you so much for being on at this release.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure. It's been my honor to lead 123. I learned so much. And I'll still be part of SIG release. I know most of you guys know that I am expecting a baby coming in about 5 weeks or so, 5 or 6 weeks. So, but I will still be part of SIG release, and always feel free to ping me if you have any questions. I'm always open, even though I may not be online, but I will get to it. So feel free to, reach out. All right, so with that, thank you very much for 123. And that's the last release team meeting.